Hey Dan, do you remember Dark Forces? Or Star Wars Dark Forces, to use its full name? It was a first-person shooter made by LucasArts and published in 1995 for MS-DOS. The game follows the mercenary Kyle Katarn as he works for the Rebel Alliance over a total of 14 missions. The enemies you face include mostly stormtroopers and Imperial officers, with a few other droids and alien creatures mixed in. You'll have a selection of weapons and tools to help you defeat your foes and traverse the 3D environments, including the map feature, which fills itself out as you explore. You can control with the keyboard alone, or use the keyboard and mouse, although this was the early days of PC first-person shooters, so it isn't particularly optimized. When you're using the mouse, moving it forward moves you forward, pulling it backwards moves you backward, left and right turn you left and right. I'll be using the keyboard controls. You use the arrow keys to move forwards and backwards, as well as turning left and right. You can strafe by holding Alt and then the left or right directional buttons. You fire your weapon with the control button, and then Z activates the secondary fire. Spacebar activates doors and switches and anything else you come across. You run with the Shift key, jump with X, crouch with C, and hit Tab to bring up your map. The first level has you infiltrating a secret Imperial base to see if you can steal the Death Star plans, making this sort of a prequel to Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope, though the rest of the missions skip forward in time about a year or so and don't have any other connection to the movies. Well, let's get in. We'll create ourselves a new agent. Yeah, why not? And when you select there, you can go into the missions, and we'll just start with the secret base. And here we have Mon Mothma giving us a quick briefing. The Rebellion is counting on the completion of this mission, Commander Katarn. I hope success is on your side. Again, it gives us the details about the Death Star plans. Hidden on the planet Danuta. So this definitely goes against what happens in Rogue One. And we'll set it to medium difficulty. Alright, let's get into it. Yeah, there you have an image of your ship, the Moldy Crow. And let's just head on out of here. You can see you turn left and right rather than strafing, which is fairly default now. You start with just the Briar pistol, but as soon as you kill any of the Imperials who have a regulation Stormtrooper rifle, you can pick that up. It takes the same ammunition, but its rate of fire is slightly increased. Along the way, you'll see these green belts. Those are shields that you can use. There we are. Of course, very much like Doom and many other first-person shooters of the era, it's very much about conserving your ammunition, your health, your shields, and all of that. And here we come across our first door. Now if you try to just open the door, nothing happens, so you have to use the activation panel next to it. The controls are a bit floaty. There we are. Now you do have a bit of auto-aim up and down, but you can use the page up and down keys for some added accuracy. Like that. And then the 5 key on the number pad will return you to sort of a neutral center of the screen. Now, selecting the difficulty mostly affects how many enemies you'll face in the level, as well as how aggressive they are, how accurate they are, and how much damage they'll deal. Now, with the Stormtrooper rifle, the standard fire is obviously just laying down some blaster bolts there, but the secondary fire, all it does is make things a bit more accurate. Now, we're being shot at from up there. There we go. So, as an example, if I were to fire against this wall here, you can see there's a bit of a spread there, but if I fire with the Z key, tends to be quite a bit closer. Now, I think I may have wasted quite a bit of ammo there, but we'll see. Now, when you're in these darkened areas, you can hit F5 to turn on your little headlamp. And you can have a look around. I don't believe there's anything inside this one. Oh, we might be able to jump up there. Nope, that's probably a place you fall down from. And of course, if you run out of ammunition, you always have your fists. And hitting 1. There we go. Now, the numbers at the top of the keyboard cycle through your weapons, 1 being your fist, 2 your Briar pistol, 3 the Stormtrooper rifle, and then the others will come to as we find them. There we are. And on levels like this, it can be worthwhile to explore around a little bit. But really, where we need to get to is further into the secret base. So there should be a door on the exterior wall here. There's one of them. Hang on, we're being shot at. There we go. Too far. And all we want to do is get inside of here, take care of that Stormtrooper, head up this little automatic elevator. You'll find quite a few of these. And then, just like in Doom, the sort of grandfather of all these first-person shooters, you find the red key. Although I think Wolfenstein was the first one that we ever really played, and that predated Doom by, just a year or two. So now that we have the red key, I believe we can head back inside, and now have access to this red door, which will take us up to the next level. And there's a little mouse droid. If you ever find yourself low on batteries, you can usually shoot droids like that and collect them. Now we're going to activate this switch to open up that door down below. Got myself a little turned around here. There we are. And before we take that one, we can actually head around here. And down into the lowest levels. There's a little secret area behind that elevator shaft there. There we go. Now we see the holographic projection of the Death Star orbiting there. Very nice. Dispose of those targets there. One more. Very good. And then behind here is the little switch to activate. And you'll see that opens up this central area where, sure enough, the Death Star plans.
Now I get to my ship.
As well as a few other items there. Now we can either go through this door and continue on up the elevator. Or we can head back and try to search out a few extra secret rooms and things. And I'll bring up the tab screen, the map screen with tab there. So you can see this is how the map appears. Don't want to keep it up while you're facing a bunch of enemies, though. Very good. And once you have this area clear, your companion Jan Ors will bring in the Moldy Crow. Then all you need to do to finish the mission is hit escape. But first, we'll head over here and just behind this, open that up. Quick little jump up and fall down, and we end up exactly where we started. But a quick jaunt back up to the top will let us finish the mission. Sometimes you need to leave those little elevators and step back onto them. And we'll just have a quick look around in case there's anything else we want to explore, but I think this is it, basically. Ah, no, wait, here we are. Outside again. This is the area we didn't go to. We can pick up a few things here. You can also see there are a few ledges that you can try your hand at jumping to. It's a good way to explore around and see about getting some extra health, weapons, ammunition. There we are. There's another here. Try to keep ourselves lined up properly. There we are. Oh, seems like I've had my headlight on this whole time. Ah, and now this is one of the bigger secrets in this level. Now I think you have to come over here. That's right. So you see this door, it can't be opened. But if you come over to the left in this little alcove, open that up, and that will activate the door. Now we can lower this wall here. Come down, and there's this whole secret part of the secret base, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. Secrets within secrets. And right there are the infrared goggles. Though I remember being a kid and not really knowing what infrared was, so I just thought they were the infrared goggles. And you can turn those on with F3, F2. There we are. I'm gonna let you see things in the dark without needing to turn on your headlamp, which, when you do turn it on, alerts others to your presence. Of course, both of them use up your batteries, and I think the infrared goggles use them up just a little bit faster. Now, inside of here, if we turn on those goggles, we should be able to see some of those droids there. Let's turn that off and have a look around this room. There we are. We've got a bit of a weapon supercharge and an extra life, which, this is back when games sort of kept track of how many lives you had. And of course these little, little icons of the Emperor, little stations here. Creepy. Alright, let's see if we can find our way back to the Moldy Crow on the roof. You can see you do run significantly faster when you hold the shift key, and if the head bobbing is ever, giving you a little bit of motion sickness, you can turn that off with, I believe it's F6, yes. So you see that holds everything nice and steady. Alright, and let's just zoom around. There we go, through the red door. Back onto the elevator. There we are, finally found that staircase again. You can see, since the elevator is up, we can actually get into this little secret area here. Now, if you ever want to check your mission objectives, all you need to do is hit F1. That brings up your little PDA here, which will also give you a rundown of your weapons, your inventory, and your objectives. There we are. And as you can see, we have everything satisfied there. You can also use this to check the map while not being actively shot at. And yes, it's just going to keep reminding us that the mission objectives are completed. I should just be able to press escape and continue on, but I'd like to make it back up to the top. And there we go. And by hitting escape, there we go. We can either go into the next mission, make some changes, or just quit to DOS.
Kyle delivers the plans to the Rebel Alliance. Soon afterwards, the Death Star is destroyed. But
All the big stuff happens off screen.
another sinister plot.
And we'll leave things off there, but we'll come back to this cutscene before the next mission. Alright, Dan. Thanks for watching. May the Force be with you.